Hey guys, it is Thursday afternoon and I have just wrapped up all of the grading for the assignments that were due last night. I wanted to go over just a couple of things, show you a few places to click on in Moodle and just kind of review a few feedback things. First, let me start by saying I started grading early last night. My daughter had dress rehearsal for her dance recital that's coming up, and I was shocked at all the assignments that had already been submitted well before the deadline. So kudos to you if that was you. And if that was not you, make sure that you are allowing yourself enough time to get all your assignments done in advance of the deadline. Y'all did fantastic with this first deadline. So I was super proud and I was shocked that everybody had worked so far in advance to get things done. Time management, obviously, as you already know, is my big thing. So I was super proud. So the first thing I'm going to show you on the screen, keep in mind, I'm making this video for all of my ACA students, so you may not be in this actual course that you see on the screen. But if you are in your Moodle class, it will look something like this. It will just be a different section number. I'm going to draw your attention to the upper right-hand corner, upper left-hand corner. It's the upper left-hand corner for me, probably upper right-hand corner as you're watching the video. But there's these three horizontal lines. This is where you're going to click. If you'll see, I can make my screen larger or smaller depending upon which way I click. But sometimes you'll probably need to click those lines to have this menu pop up on the side. Then you're going to click grades. And when you do that, it's going to take you to your specific grade book. I'm not going to do any scrolling because there's names below. So this is my grade book. Yours is not going to look like this, but this is how you access your grade book. When you click on that word grades, your grade book will come up and it's going to be listed top to bottom. You'll be able to scroll through and see the assignments that you have grades for. So you have 3 this week. And then when you go all the way to the very, very bottom, it'll have final course average at the bottom, and that will be your current final average. One thing that I do want to remind you of is that this was week 1, and you don't need to beat yourself up if you didn't get all the points. I'll talk about journals first. Journals are only 10 points. So if you only got 9 out of 10 points, you didn't get a 90, you just got 9 out of 10 points. So sometimes students get a little confused, like, oh my gosh, I lost 10 points, but that's not how it works. So you just, it's 10 points. Remember that journals are graded not only on whole sentences, more than one sentence, punctuation, and they have to be formatted correctly. So you have to copy my template that I give you in the journal entry, and then you have to paste that into your spot where you're typing. Your information needs to be in a different color than mine. And this is actually like a visual trick that quickly trains your brain to pay attention to how much you've answered instead of just a bunch of black ink running together. So my stuff is in the black color, your stuff is in another color. Preferably a color that doesn't mix in with old eyes. Some of y'all did some greens, and that was very hard for me to read. I found that red and purple are good colors to go with. So, you know, just make sure that it's different. So it's very easy for you to see your contributions. This is college, so we need to make sure that we are using a capital I when we're talking about I, meaning myself. You know, you got to write in a whole sentence. So just kind of keep those things in mind for your journals. For the email that is going out with this video, I'll have some small snippets of examples of top-notch journals. And you'll be able to see how they're formatted. So if you didn't earn all the points, check that out pretty carefully. For the Web Advisor and Advisor information check, I just want to remind you guys that this really is a simple course. and the assignments are made to be very step by step. So it'll give you a step and you'll do that, and then it'll give you another step and you'll do that. Don't think too hard. Some people completely skipped whole steps, and it's just because you're probably just thinking really quickly and you're overthinking. So don't do that. This is the one class that you have my permission to not overthink. So I really do try really hard to make sure that all of our ACA courses are just set up just very simple step-by-step directions. If it asks you to click on something and do something, you're going to have to do it because it's asking you to do that for points. So just kind of keep that in mind. And just remember that when you do these assignments, if you come across something that doesn't quite seem right as far as your information goes, please reach out and ask me questions. One thing that I will have you do is kind of make sure you're in the right program. Are you where you're supposed to be, and is that lining up with your career goals? So an example of that would be a lot of people have this path that they're going to go off to a 4-year school and they're going to major in business, or they're going to major in accounting, or they're going to be a school teacher. But when they apply to Nash, they don't apply to our Associate in Arts or our Associate in Science programs. They apply to our business program, our accounting program, our early childhood education program. So when we do that, it kind of gets a little off kilter of the path that you actually mean to take and the path that you're currently on right now. So if you are planning to get a degree from Nash Community College and then transfer to a 4-year school, I want you to either A, make sure that you're Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, or that you've talked with an advisor and made sure that the path you're on is the right one for you. Sometimes this happens like with our early childhood program. I want to be an elementary school teacher, but I selected early childhood. Those two things are very different. Sometimes they can overlap, but sometimes they're very different. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. If you're planning to do a 4-year degree, make sure you've talked with your advisor if your degree is not Associate in Arts or Associate in Science. And then the last thing that I will say is, please, please, please ask me for help if you do not know how to take screenshots on your device. So some of the assignments that you will see throughout the semester ask you to take screenshots. Some of you guys did some copying off of a screen, but it wasn't an actual screenshot. So the formatting in Moodle was really difficult to grade. So if you need help with learning how to take screenshots, let me know. Let's video chat. I'll teach you real quick, and then you'll be good to go. As always, if you have questions, let me know. Shoot me an email. Let me know you have some questions. We'll work it out. I hope that you guys are having an awesome rainy Thursday afternoon. I hope you're staying safe from all the thundering and lightning. I can hear it going on through my cinder block office. So keep in mind that rainy days are great days to do work in summer school. Y'all have a great afternoon, and I look forward to hearing from you guys if you have questions.